Hey guys, what's up? This little tutorial on how to use a 3D file for scanning for lift speed. Basically what you need is obviously a 3D file of the car, and you need to save it out from your 3D program as an OBJ or a 3ds file with texture coordinates. So you can open up the 3ds file or the OBJ file in Photoshop, make sure that you have enough resolution. And then in the layer palette you'll see the texture name there under the file. Then you can double click it, and then it will open up as a separate file called PSB. You can obviously back it up and save it as a PSD file, but once you press Ctrl S or Command S to save that texture file, it will save it in your temporary folder on your primary system hard disk. So while you're working on your file, to see the changes made in the 3D window, which is called in this instance XRT Scan 01 3D PSD, you'll need to press Ctrl S or Command S every time you make a change if you want to see it in the 3D window. So make sure you don't forget it. And then if something happens, like your Photoshop will crash, for example, and it could because it's a pretty heavy way of texturing, then you can always go back into the temporary folder, open up the PSD file, and go from there. So you'll never lose your hard work. So once you open up the texture file, then you can resize it to your liking, and then you can paste in your wireframe template from master skinners, for example. And so that it helps you to see exactly where the polygons run on the model, and then you can make all the necessary adjustments, draw shapes, make gradients, all kinds of stuff, and you can dynamically see the changes made every time. A really big advantage of using paths is obviously because you can select each point on the path, and you can move it much more precisely than you would, for example, be able to draw or move a pixel. You can set your increments in your options in Photoshop, and then you can move one point by, for example, 0.001 pixels, which is obviously much more precise, and it does affect the coloring of that particular pixel. So here I'm just adding a simple carbon texture for that look of the particular exhaust pipe that I'm making. And here you see you can use just basic layer styles on a particular path that you created, which saves time as well, because you can then copy that style and just paste it on all the other screws, for example, because they're almost the same, and easily create outlines, highlights, whatever you need. Basically pretty simple workflow. All you gotta do is remember to just press Ctrl or Command S to save the file, to save the texture file, I mean. All the rest of the steps should be pretty self-explanatory. You should just be able to watch what I'm doing and adjust my techniques to your liking. When you're done, just back up the file as a PSD, the texture file. Save it as a JPEG, flatten it, and check it out on game, see if it works. And of course it should work. What you should make sure though is that if you use CMX files or 3D files for cars, is that you use the latest version from the latest patch, because the devs definitely update the 3D models of cars once in a while, and I think the 3D scene files that you can find on the net aren't from the latest patch, so you should make sure that you're using the latest patch for it. Otherwise the texture mapping won't fit. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's my first one, so have mercy. I know it took a bit long and it was a bit chaotic, but I didn't plan it all out. Maybe next time I'll do one I'll actually write down what I gotta say and when I gotta say it. So if you got any questions, be free to ask me. You know how to reach me. And have fun skinning.